milking 450 cows. Predominantly, Auchmeddan's predominantly a British Friesian, pure British Friesian herd. Newhouse is a crossbred herd with Holsteins, British Friesian and New Zealand genetics as well. So both farms are run on a split block system. So both farms have autumn calvers, an autumn calving block and a spring calving block. So all the calves are reared at Auchmeddan Farm. All beef and male dairy calves are sold between 2 and 4 weeks old, and then we retain all dairy heifers. My dad had contacted AHV originally. I think they had an advertisement in the Dairy Farmer. We were looking at using some of their products for treating cows with high cell counts, and instead of using antibiotics for mastitis treatment, and that's where they introduced us to the calf stuff as well. Historically, always had problems with rotavirus and crypto, not especially towards the end of the calving blocks, or the middle to the end of calving blocks when we're right busy. So we used it as we were annoyed at how big a vet bill was getting, the amount of antibiotics we were using, and some of the other products to help control that. So we're using the calf start products as part of a new management plan to reduce that. Oh, dead easy. It doesn't take any more time or anything. It's dead easy. Yes, no problem. Pretty much, we still get some scour issues, but we haven't treated anything for scour for antibiotics since we started using the products a 1.5 years ago. Really, also they recover much quicker and better using the AHV products than when we were using antibiotics or other products. So we would use, once calves became sick, we would use antibiotics, and sometimes we'd have to, in really bad cases, we'd have to end up dripping some of the calves if they had crypto and rotavirus. But now we just use, we don't do any of that, we don't have any of that. So our mortality was running at 4.5%, which is still lower than the national average, which is 8%, but it's now down to about 3%, so 1.5%. We don't use any antibiotics for scour now at all. We only use the AHV products. So again, it's pretty much reduced our veterinary bill overall. Yep, they performed really well. They hit all their body weight targets for they're due to be served in January. So they were actually just freeze branded a couple of days ago, and they look great. So no real issues with them. Yeah, Elspeth, you just phone Elspeth if you get any queries or any questions, and she always answers. So that's good. Oh yes, absolutely. If you've got issues. If you've got issues with scour, especially crypto and rotavirus, I would highly recommend them, because we tried everything else. We couldn't possibly get things any cleaner. We were taking calves away as soon as they were born, and for some reason we just couldn't get on top of it. Until we introduced that into our management and how we do things. So I would highly recommend them. The Aspinall anti-inflammatory on cows and calves sometimes, and the cow tablet to treat mild cases of mastitis and try and reduce cell counts in cows if they've had an out of spec result.